Hello, my name is Danielle, and I decided to do my professional development on iPads. I decided to do iPads with the use of special education students, so having students with special needs use the iPads. I have found that the iPads are very beneficial for these students. They help them to understand concrete subjects more. They help them give them that hands-on interaction with their task. I would also say that many special education students use iPads to maybe express themselves. I had a student one time before who used the iPad and an app on there to talk. He was verbally unable to speak, so he would use the app on the iPad to tell us what he wanted for lunch, what he wanted to do on his breaks. So it gives special education students sometimes their freedom back. The area that I wanted to focus on today with the iPad is all the applications. There are so many applications out there. I wanted to just go through some of the ones that I've had the most success with, and just show you a little bit about those. As teachers, I know a lot of times everyone's like, try this app. And sometimes they're useful and sometimes they're not. So it really depends on what your students' needs are. All the apps I'm going to talk about today are kind of in different categories. I'm going to go through the categories that we're going to go through. Emotions, some audiobooks on the iPad, some math, and then other educational games like shapes and just different things like that. And then the last one is the sounds and letters. This one was my favorite area because one of my favorite apps is in here. Many times special education students have a problem with expressing their emotions, and this can be hard for any student, not just special education students. The app that I found that works best for students, depending on grade level, I use mine with a third grader, and this is my iPad right here. So I'm going to go to my emotions little screen, and I'm going to do the Feel Electric app. And so if you can see it right there, it's a Feel Electric. And we're just going to click on my name. You can add a new player and for all your different students.
I can't believe how many shots I missed on the court today. I'm so upset and frustrated with myself right now. Do you know what I mean?
So delighted to see you again. Let us know how you're feeling. Pick up to 3 words. When you find the words that you want, use your finger to flick each of them up to the billboard. If you don't know what the word means, tap it to hear the definition. Once you've picked the word that you want, tap Done.
So I'm going to turn the volume down while we talk. This app just right here lets you pick 3 different words that describes how you're feeling today. I use this with my one individual student because every day he was feeling different. It could be at all different times of the day, so he was feeling different. So it really helps them to identify what they're feeling and helps them to understand how to control that emotion sometimes if it's a negative effect. So you can go through and let's say,
Flick it up to the billboard.
let's say I'm feeling hopeful. And if I don't know what it means, let's say another one I want to do is proud.
Proud. When you feel very happy and pleased with yourself or someone else.
If your student doesn't know what proud means, excuse me. Let me turn this off. If your student doesn't know what proud means, here is an example of it. Or the definition right here. Sorry, it's really hard to see the iPad on the computer. So there we go. When you feel very happy and pleased with yourself or someone else. So then maybe that student wants to decide, I think I'm feeling proud. So I'm going to put proud up there. I'm going to put hopeful up there again too because I feel hopeful. And maybe delighted. So done.
Today you feel proud, hopeful, am I going to do today? I know. I'll watch some videos in my stuff.
Now there's 3 different categories: my life, my games, and my stuff. I'm just going to go briefly over these. So my life.
My life.
There is Mood Dude, Mood Tales, and Moodosphere. The Moodosphere is what we just did when you got to pick the 3 adjectives that described your mood. The Mood Tales is...
Did you ever hear the story about the slimy robot named Albus? If you like wacky stories, you'll love Mood Tales. We've written a story and left some words out. You have the chance to pick a bunch of different words to fill in the blanks. You won't know how silly the story really is until you're done. To choose a word, drag it into the gray box. Once you've selected all of the words, we'll read the goofy story together.
Okay. So we're just having you...
Boy, am I angry. The most surprise, a delightful...
They're like Mad Libs. So the student can pick one of these scenarios and go through and add some adjectives to it, which would be nice to do. Okay, we're not gonna do that one right now. We're gonna go back to the home page. My life.
Mood Dude.
Mood Dude is
Think
really
about how
cool
someone's
also.
eyebrows look when they're angry, or how their mouth looks when they're surprised. Facial expressions and body language can tell a lot about how a person is feeling. Tap on the Mood Dude to change its eyebrows, eyes, mouth, arms, and color to show us how you're feeling today.
I thought that this was really good for my student because he, a lot of the times, would have the same facial expressions. If he was happy or if he was sad, he would just have the same look on his face. So he didn't really know how to identify with the emotions he was having. So if he was happy, he would still look sad or angry or something like that. This little guy here, the Mood Dude, helps to change how he looks, so that it helps the student to identify with it. I think it's pretty awesome. So let's go back. My games. I'm not going to go through all the games, but here's all different games for your student to play. It helps them to identify again more with the emotions by telling people's facial expressions, which is something a lot of special education students don't understand. I might be angry at you, but they don't grasp that I'm feeling angry based on my facial expressions. So that's another good thing. My stuff is where you put pictures, music, and videos that can maybe help your student calm down, or a favorite video he likes to watch, he or she likes to watch, to help him really understand what the emotions. So that's enough for the emotional apps that I wanted to share with you. My next app I wanted to share is books. So I have a bunch of books. On here, and as you can see them right here, those are all the applications. Mind you, all these applications were free. I know as teachers sometimes we don't have that extra money, so that's a good thing. All these were free and they're very, very useful. So take advantage of those free apps. So I want to go on Reading Rainbow. Sometimes students with special needs may not be able to read, or they have trouble reading. Or they can be an excellent reader. It just depends on the student's needs. This helps them to be able to read books. I use it with many of my students. Just plug in some headphones and they read the story to you. So let's say on this Reading Rainbow right here, I wanted to do Adventure, Action, and Magical Tales. It has cute little music with it, you know. Sometimes it might be distracting, and so you can turn it down or you can let it play. Oopsies. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, but it wasn't going for a minute. Now I put on the backpack, and here's just a bunch of different books that oopsies. Ooh. Every student can have their own backpack, that way that they can find the books that they really, really enjoy. Well, it's loading. It's taking a little while to load. Let's go back. Sorry, hold on. It's taking a little bit of time. Alright, these books are loading. Let's just do the one that's already loaded. It's because I could not stop my bike. We'll click on it. Get this book. Yes. It's going to load, so it's going to take a little bit of time. So we'll let it load for a minute, and then we will go back and check. You can also go to the Genius Academy, which here, if we click on it. Sorry, it's taking a really long time to load today. I'm not really sure why. Maybe should come back to this one when it's a little more loaded. Well, let me just go through it right here. There are many different things. So let's start at the beginning, like I said. There are the Action Adventure Magical Tales, the Genius Academy, Awesome People, National Geographic for Kids, Animal Kingdom. Let me turn that sound down. My Friends and Family, Happy Birthday Reading Rainbow, and that's about it. So, okay. Oop, we're almost there. So, you press a little X right here and go back to the main menu. All of these different things have different types of books for your student to read. It reads them to you, or you can read them by yourself. It doesn't really matter, whatever you really prefer. So, let's check back in our backpack. We're going to wait because it's almost ready. So, once your book gets done loading, you'll be able to read it. On this page, you can return books right here, or you can change your backpack. Like I said, for every student in your class, you can have their own personal backpack with their own books in it. Okay.
Because I could not stop my bike, and other poems by Karen Jo Shapiro, illustrated by Matt Faulkner, read by Stefan Rudnicki.
These are poems, so you can either decide to read to me or read by myself. Let's say I want them to read it to me. So read to me, and we're going to go.
Because I could not stop my bike.
And you click the little arrow on the page to turn it.
Bark, Bark. With apologies to William Shakespeare. Cymbeline, Act 2, Scene 3. Bark, bark, it's dark. I wake before it's dawn, while all the people in this house sleep on and on and on. I don't know why they sleep so long. I sing a little doggy song. Bark, bark, the park! Please walk me in the park. I lick their feet and jump on beds. I nuzzle up beside their heads. And when they open up their eyes, I bark, get up! It's time to rise! To my dog.
Okay, then you can just press it at any time to stop it. I just wanted to show you how it read to you. The voice is actually really good for the students. It gives a lot of enthusiasm during the reading, so it really shows them how to have fluency and expression. So this helps them when they're reading to model good fluency and expression. So the next section of apps I wanted to go through is math. So I'm back to my home screen by clicking this circle button right here. I'm going to click on math. And let's say we are learning multiplication or addition, or what else could we do? Measure. Here's a measuring app. Here's a counting coins app. This is a really good one because many times students with disabilities do not understand the concept of money. Money is a very hard concept to teach. I know when I did my teaching and student teaching, many students had a hard time grasping what $1 meant or what a quarter meant or anything like that. So this app really kind of helps them to understand that so they can buy things and then go further on. So you click the arrow. What comes next? It works on patterns. So you'll have to work on your pattern. Okay, so I see there's $1, $1, a dime, $1, $1. Oh, I think a dime. Good job. So it goes through this. There's also, then you'll earn money in your piggy bank, which is really, really important because at the end you can buy things. Touch the least value coin.
Touch the least value coin.
Which is good is because if their student cannot read, it does say it to you. So the least value. I'm gonna click on the wrong one just to show you what it does. It makes a noise. Like, that's not it. Try again. If you do it so many times, it goes down to another amount. So, and you might have to do it a couple times. So we're just gonna click on the right one.
Super cool. You get a quarter. Can you match all the coins?
This is another matching game. It helps with more patterns and things like that. So this is a really good app. We're going to move on to another educational one that I love. The one that's I really like to do is this one. It's loading. Sorry about that. Okay. What you have to do for this one is help the frog eat how many bugs it needs. It doesn't want to overeat. It only wants to eat this many. So it wants to eat one purple and one blue. Sorry about that. Oh, we got one blue, one purple. That's all it is. This helps students to really understand that sometimes you don't want to do more. You only want a specific number. So this helps them with that. So this is more of a math game. This could be under the math category too. But I really like this one. Okay, now on to my favorite section of my apps. Come back to the home screen right here. I'm going to go on the sounds and letters. I'm going to show you actually 2 apps in this section because they're both really, really great. So, like I mentioned earlier, I had a student who was unable to verbally speak. This wouldn't work for that student because you have to talk into it and then it would predict the text. So let's say you have a student who does not have a lot of use of their hands. So they maybe have a type of paper or something like that. This will help them. It's called Dragon Diction. I don't know if you've heard of that before. It's a very, very common app for students. What you do is you would hold here, and then you would speak into it, and then it will write. I'm just going to say, hi, my name is Danielle. Hi, my name is Danielle. Tap it, and it says, as you can tell, it says, hi, my name is Danielle. This is really good for students because if they, like I said earlier, they don't have use of their hands, or maybe they're a slow typer, and this is a time constraint project. This will be really good for them. They can get their ideas, all those ideas in their head out, and they wouldn't have to write. And it's really a lot easier. Another way this would be good for is when if students had handwriting that is not legible, you would maybe want them to do this and show them that they can type it. Sorry, everything's popping up on the iPad right now. Another app that I absolutely love is Bubbo Pop. I use this with one of my students. My student was a high school student. He did have severe disabilities. So this app can be used for a wide range of disabilities, I believe. So it can be used for younger students or older students. It's fun. It's really fun. So I'm going to press play. I'm just going to show you how it works. You're going to press his belly. Find the letter S. This works on letter matching. Click his belly again. It does speak to you, so it makes you think of the letter name, V. They're not color coordinated, so that's another thing that I like, because a lot of times when you have students match things, they match them based on the color, which isn't true. I'm going to go through to the next section so that I will show you how it increasingly gets harder, which is really, really great.
Find the letter U. Fabulous.
Okay, later, we'll rate it later. We're going to keep going. You can watch him dance, which is a little reward to the students once they complete a section. Now you notice the bubbles are all lowercase. The first one was all uppercase, now we're working on all lowercase. It continues to go on. I'm not going to keep continuing going on, but it goes on, and it gives the student more chances. And so what it does is then after that one, would do maybe a sequence A, B, blank, D. What letter comes next? So the student has to think, oh, A, B, C, D, and put the C in there. All the apps that I showed you, like I mentioned before, are free, and they're in the App Store. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I'll go into a little bit of detail on the App Store. You do have to have an Apple ID, which if you have an Apple product, you pretty much already have one. So you're past the home screen. You are going to go to App Store. And you can go to Kids. Well, you can type in the search engine, which I really like, is educational games. It really helps to narrow them down. Educational apps for kids. Let's say I want them to be free though. So I go under price and I press free. Now it comes up with a whole bunch of ones. So let's say vocabulary. These games look a little bit younger. If you want a specific subject, you can type a specific subject in and get more results. But the 50 states one that looks good for geography. It helps the student to really identify with the map. So there's a whole bunch on here. I've also, if you just Google sometimes, the best educational apps for students, it will come up with a lot of educational apps on there too. Just try them out. Just go through the previews, look at the reviews. It helps. So other than that, thank you for joining. It was just a brief introduction of many of the apps that are available for students with special needs, and it really helps. So thank you for listening and have a great day.